Good morning, dear friends. True blessings of God be with you today. Monasticism and all the rich spiritual riches or rich spiritual gifts it offers Christian life is amazing. Today, I'd love to share one of the aspects of monastic life, that is, the monastic discernment. The word discernment may make us think it is meant for the religious and those who choose a special life consecrated to the Lord. No. Discernment is a process that is so helpful to all of us living in any walk of life as long as we want to follow Jesus. A monk who practices monasticism, he goes to a cell every day. Going to a cell in a small hut or hermitage is a symbolic. That is your time alone with God. Your heart is connected with God, and you and God are together in that quietness, solitude, where you have an interpersonal conversation with God to check out what are the constructive things happening in my life, what are the destructive elements occupying my life. That is, am I choosing life over death, or am I choosing death over life in all my choices? This is the process of discernment. In this process of inner journey into your heart, the journey you want to make with God, toward God, you slowly find out the false and true self. That is the purpose of every spiritual journey. The journey of discernment is also to differentiate the true self from the false self. Especially when you do this process of discernment, sitting alone with God in your inner cell, that is aloofness with God. What happens? There are a lot of unconscious energies released. Unconscious energies from yourself are released. As an effect of these energies released out of you, you have two psychological consequences. One is you are exposed to God's love. Being exposed to God's love, you are deeply touched by what the profoundness of that wonderful love, His mercy, His grace, that you deeply experience. Yourself is inflamed with that power of God's love. So that is one of the psychological consequences. You are fully exposed to that love in a personal level. The other psychological consequence is you are also exposed to your own false self. That could be a little hurting because it exposes your own false self with all its problems. That means it could be a humiliating experience of coming to know all your weaknesses and the troubled things in your own self. And that is good to know, because unless you know the false self, you can never reach your the true and real self, that what God wants you to live with. And so these two consequences, but coming out of our false self is a journey. As they say, it takes a moment to get out of Egypt, but it takes a lifetime to get Egypt out of you. That means all our addictedness to different things of life, that to which our false self identifies itself. And to get that addiction out of the self is a lifetime process, a journey. So, under that experience of discernment, you travel towards becoming Christ like in your humanity and reaching that Christ likeness in its fullness. That should be the goal of our discernment. That means we need to take that moment every day in the inner cell, alone with God, and converse with Him with deeper love. Thank you for listening. God bless you.